Welcome to the Contenders. I'm your host, Peg Young. There was a recent study that showed us that 68% of Korean companies believe that social contributions such as donations have a positive impact on company management. Maybe that's why this year donations are up from companies, and it's always good to see when we can help each other out. Let's welcome today's contenders onto our stage. Welcome. We have the Eyreyo team, Jennifer Pratt and Tyler Willams. Welcome. And why'd you choose Eyreyo?
It's a combination of two of our favorite literary figures, Jane Eyre and John Yossarian from Catch-22. So the last name Eyre and the short version of Yossarian, Yo. Eyreyo.
I see. Welcome to our stage, Eyreyo team.
Thank you.
Good luck to you today. Going against Eyreyo, we have the Waltons, Tatjana, Klein, and Jimmy Strong. Welcome. And is Waltons your favorite TV show?
Not quite our favourite, but one of our top 10, I guess, maybe. But yeah, no, the name comes from a group of our friends back in Sydney, and they've been going to a sort of a pub quiz night for a couple of years now, and they've had a fair bit of success there, so we're hoping to borrow the name and a bit of the luck as well.
All right, well, good luck to all of you, Waltons and Eyreyo. Let's get to our quiz. In our first section, as you know, we give you 10 multiple choice questions. Worth 10 points each. You get 5 seconds to answer per question. You can use chance once. You call out chance. We'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices, make it easier for you. Eyreyo, you get to choose first. Sets Q, U, I, or Z.
It's up to you.
Let's go with U.
All right, we'll go with questions at U. Number 1. Of the following, which is a piece of cloth used as a surface for painting? 1 easel, 2 canvas, 3 brush, 4 palette.
2 canvas.
Do you guys paint at all?
I do finger painting, yes.
On canvas?
No, in the institution that I've been kept at for a long time. I'm just
Tyler.
kidding. I'm sorry. I'm a horrible painter.
Your friends and family are shocked, but you were just kidding.
Yeah.
Yes.
We go to question 2. Of the following, how many meters are there in a kilometer? 1.1, 2, 10, 3, 100, and 4, 1,000.
That's 4, 1,000.
Question number 3. Of the following, how many events are there in a decathlon? 1, 3, 2, 5, 3, 7, 4, 10.
4, 10.
Question number 4. Of the following, before interrogating a suspect in custody, a police officer must give what? 1, writ of certiorari, 2, legal contract, 3, Miranda warning, 4, Hippocratic oath.
The answer is 3, Miranda warning.
Moving on to question number 5. Of the following, which gives you the sense of touch? 1, nerves, 2, muscles, 3, bone, 4, skin cells.
1, nerves.
You're halfway through and you haven't used chance yet. We go to question 6. Of the following, the Crimean War involved Britain, France, Russia, and which country? 1, Prussia, 2, Turkey, 3, Spain, 4, Sweden.
It's 2, Turkey.
Question number 7. Of the following, what does the Latin phrase Opus Dei mean? 1, Jesus' love, 2, God's work, 3, work harder, 4, I love you.
2, God's work.
And you do know that if you get all 10 correct, we give you 50 bonus points. So let's hang in there. We go to question 8. Of the following, in which of his movies does Clint Eastwood threaten, "Go ahead, make my day"? 1. Sudden Impact. 2. Dirty Harry. 3. In the Line of Fire. And 4. Unforgiven.
2. Dirty Harry.
Unbelievable.
I feel that sudden impact and it's tearing me apart.
Yeah, it is Sudden Impact, in which that famous line was said. Well, you guys did a great job. You end this section with 70 points. Congratulations. And now, Waltons, you are left with Q, I, and Z sets. Which will you have?
We'll choose C, please.
All right, we go with questions at Z. Question number 1. Of the following, China is on which continent? 1. America. 2. Africa. 3. Asia. And 4. Australia.
3. Asian.
Question number 2. Of the following, honeycomb cells normally have how many sides? 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 6.
4, 6.
Question 3. Of the following, which animal has to do with the Australian rugby team? 1. Koala. 2. Wallaby. 3. Kangaroo. And 4. Duckbill.
Number 2, wallaby.
And are you really into rugby?
I'm not at all, but he's obsessed.
Yes, we just spent a very interesting month recently with some friends back in Masan, watching all the games. So, yeah.
Which is your favorite team?
I'm a bit partial to the Wallabies myself, yeah.
And we move on to question 4. Of the following, lungs are which part of your body? 1. Respiratory system. 2. Nervous system. 3. Digestive system. 4. Skeletal system.
Number 1, respiratory system.
Now you breathe through your lungs. We go to question 5. Of the following, which is an incorrect connection between a dance and its birthplace? 1. Samba, Brazil. 2. Tango, Argentina. 3. Jitterbug, Chile. 4. Rumba, Cuba.
3. Yeah. Number 3, Jitterbug, Chile.
And the Jitterbug is an American dance from the U.S. Are you guys big dancers?
We believe we are, yes.
Yeah.
Really? What's your favorite
Salsa,
step?
sometimes.
Yeah, I'm a bit more freestyle myself.
Yeah.
Freestyle.
Yeah.
And we move on to question 6. Of the following, which is an alloy of copper and zinc? 1. Bronze. 2. Brass. 3. Aluminum. 4. Steel.
2.
Number 2, brass.
Question 7. Of the following, which is an invention in the 20th century? 1. Hot air balloon. 2. Steam engine. 3. Sound for motion pictures. And 4. Typewriter.
3.
Number 3, sound for motion pictures.
Waltons, you have now tied the score with the Eyreyo team, and we move on to question 8. Of the following, who popularized the term Industrial Revolution? 1. William Gladstone. 2. Thomas Jefferson. 3. Arnold Toynbee. 4. Richard Arkwright.
Take a chance.
Yeah, can we take a chance?
Take a chance, please.
Shirley will make things easy for you by removing 2 of the incorrect choices. And now, your final answer. Please, Waltons team.
Yeah.
Number 1, William Gladstone.
Actually, it is Arnold Toynbee who popularized the term Industrial Revolution. You end this with a tie. 70 points across the board, Eyreyo and Waltons. And beginning with a tie makes things all the more interesting as we get to our password section. Remember, you cannot use any words or phrases that we give you on the board unless it is in parentheses. And Eyreyo, if you're ready, please take your position. Your category is B words. Did you practice at all, or?
Well, we figured it was pretty broad and general. We thought we'd just wing it.
All right. Let's see you in action. Are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
Opposite of white.
Black.
Famous music composer that was blind.
Bach. Beethoven.
Yes. On a tree, the thingy that's
Branch.
like, thank you. When you have little children, you need a blank when you want to go to the movies.
Babysitter.
Yes. I'm doing this.
Blinking.
Short.
Blink.
Okay. Computer, it's the unit, you call it a, I don't know. It's like this.
Bite.
Thank you. When you fish, you need a...
Bait.
Thank you. I burned my finger. I have a... Ooh.
Blister.
Good.
Bad.
Up higher.
Worse. Better.
Yes. When you're single, you are a blank, but you're not going to be single, so you are not a...
Bachelor.
Thank you. Pass. These are...
Biceps.
City in Iraq.
Baghdad.
When it's false, it's a... pass. Oh, they're getting harder.
Go on.
City in blank in history in the Bible. No.
Babylon.
Yes. I'm chewing the gum and it's the
Bubble.
thing around.
Bubble.
More. The plastic.
Bubble wrap.
Yes. Two things. It's 0101.
Binary.
Yes.
Binary code.
Yes.
Good job, buddy. Nice.
What a pair. It was fun to see you guys in action. You passed on bogey, which you could have used golf terms, right? And bohemian and bourgeois together form bobos. You passed on those two words.
Very interesting.
You end this section with 220 points. And now, Waltons, it's your turn. And you chose international organizations. Do you have a favorite one?
Like the work that, say, Amnesty or Greenpeace do. Yeah.
Let's see if those are part of your list. Are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
Thank you. Colour Church.
Red Cross, International.
Old World, short form.
EU.
A
Europe.
word.
European Union.
Cut that word down.
Euro.
Good. Sydney 2000.
IOC, International Olympic Committee.
Okay. Dolphins.
Greenpeace.
An acronym for the name of an organisation, not UN, not government.
Pass.
Okay, pass. The second word in OPEC.
Petroleum.
The Old World, together.
European Union. European Union.
Yep. The acronym.
EU.
Sorry. Okay. Before the UN.
The big League of Nations.
Soccer.
FIFA.
Young people, place to stay. Hostels.
Hostel Backpackers.
An acronym, 4 letters.
A Youth Hostel Association.
Yeah, pass.
International Youth Hostel Association.
Yeah, no, pass.
Okay.
The big 5 of the UN.
The Security Council.
Yep. Western Alliance.
NATO.
Oil with an A.
APEC.
Okay. Community aid abroad.
Oxfam.
Art.
UNESCO.
That was great. You passed on YMCA. We weren't going to the hostel.
YMCA,
Should
right.
have done that.
You should have
Village
done the
people. Yeah.
I was expecting
Yeah.
you to break out into the dance and the song,
Yeah.
and you didn't quite get to NGO. You end the section with 200 points. Eyreyo, you are in the lead with 220 points. Let's welcome Mr. David Hwang onto our stage.
Hi.
Hi, it's good to see your, new look.
My
You've got
new
a great
look.
new haircut.
Is this the Contenders? I thought this was Arirang News. Hello, my name is David Hwang. Welcome to Arirang News. Just kidding. Anyways, though, we have plenty of game left. If I may I introduce the rules to the next section? Okay. This next section is a round of non-multiple choice questions. The first team to buzz in will get the first chance to answer. But if that team gets it wrong, that chance will be given to the other team. Now, you guys are lucky here on the Contenders. Why, do you ask? Because we're nice enough that if neither of you guys can get the answer, we're going to give you the help of a spelling hint. Okay? There's 15 questions in all, 30 points per question, and you have 5 seconds to answer each one. Got it?
And please remember, since this is a buzzing in section, share your answers with us after I've called out your team name, which is after you have buzzed in. Okay? So let's have question number 1.
All right. Question number 1 is about entertainment. These offering customers a choice of 2 million tracks are to be shown. The plan will revitalize this, which has been hit by consumers' instant access to rival music sources.
Waltons.
Music industry?
Eyreyo, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
Which has been hit by consumers' instant access to rival music sources such as MTV, Napster, and the iPod. Originally, this is a coin-operated machine that automatically plays selected records or compact discs. What is this?
Eyreyo?
Jukebox.
And Eyreyo, are you a big fan of the jukebox, or are you?
I'm not necessarily a fan, but I have been called a jukebox hero in the
Really?
past. Yes.
Because you really like jukeboxes?
No, because it's the name of a song that I have a real penchant for dancing to. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Which song may that be?
Yeah.
Jukebox hero.
Oh, Jukebox Heroes
Yes.
is the song, I see.
He's got stars in his eyes.
Can you break out into the dance for
I
us?
could, but I'm afraid that I would then collapse into a blubbering heap of embarrassment. So.
Okay, all right. Well,
I
we
would
don't want
choose
that
not to.
happening.
We welcome that actually on the show. What are you talking about?
No. Let's go on to question number 2 now.
Question number 2 is about health. Women who give birth by this increase their risk of subsequent stillbirth. Doctors.
Eyreyo.
Cesarean section.
And Waltons, I encourage you to buzz in quickly to go against the Eyreyo team. Let's move on to question 3.
Question 3 is about nature. One of the natural wonders of the world could be under threat from a new form of algae that was first found around the island of Guam in 1995.
Waltons?
The Great Barrier Reef?
It's good to see you on the board. And let's move on to question 4.
Question 4 is about title. UK Prime Minister Tony Blair has made a guest appearance.
Eyreyo.
The Simpsons.
Moving on to question 5.
Question 5 is about image. I'm going to read slower so we don't move so fast. Okay, just kidding. Friends have paid tribute to Stephen Benton, inventor of this on credit cards, who died recently. He was considered to be a Pied Piper for digital artists. This is a 3-dimensional image.
Eyreyo.
Hologram. Holograph.
We would have taken both of your answers. Either one would have been fine. And once again, let's move on to question 6.
Question 6 is about animal. These animals in Ethiopia are fighting an outbreak of rabies, which has killed 30 animals already.
Waltons.
Dingo? No, not dingo. Oh.
Eyreyo. It's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
This is the most endangered member of the dog family in the world. The vaccination program has already begun. This is a carnivore that hunts in packs. What is this?
Eyreyo, 5 seconds. Eyreyo.
It's a wild dog.
Chance is open. Waltons.
Hyena?
Eyreyo, 5 seconds. Eyreyo.
Wolves?
Yes. It is the wolf. Question 7, please.
Question 7 is about religion. On December 24th, 1491, Saint Ignatius of Loyola was born. He founded a pious fraternal order in Paris in 1534 that received papal confirmation as the Order of the Blank in 1540. This is a Roman Catholic religious order engaged in missionary and educational work.
Eyreyo.
The Jesuit order.
We would have also taken Society of Jesus. And moving on to question 8 now.
All right, question 8 is about person. An acoustic guitar on which this person learned to play has fetched 276,000 pounds at an auction. The Dutch-made Eggman guitar, nearly 50 years old, was originally about 3.5 pounds. He recalled it as a real cheapo, horrible little guitar, but it was okay at the time. He is the Beatles guitarist who died of...
Eyreyo.
George Harrison.
And was that your attempt at an English accent?
Oh, did you notice? Did you notice?
And moving on to question 9.
Question 9 is about geography. It was visible for barely 2 minutes, but enthusiastic skywatchers paid through the nose to watch last month's total eclipse of the sun. The spectacle was the first recorded total eclipse of the sun in this region. It is an uninhabited continent surrounding the South Pole.
Eyreyo.
Antarctica.
And we're moving on to question 10.
Question 10 is about invention. On December 23rd, 1947, this was invented. Until the advent of this, developments in the field of electronics were dependent on the use of...
Waltons.
Transistor.
Yes. And now, on to 11.
Question 11 is about archaeology. On the 50th anniversary of the unmasking of this hoax, archaeologist Dr. Miles Russell explained why he believes Charles Dawson was the man behind it all. This is a supposed primitive form of human being represented by remains of bones found in Sussex, England in 1912, shown in 1953 to be a hoax. What is this?
Eyreyo.
Java Man.
Waltons, 5 seconds. Out of time, but I'm sure this will jog your memory. Let's take a look at the hint. And Waltons.
I don't know. Sorry.
Eyreyo, 5 seconds.
Piltdown Man.
Eyreyo.
Pardon me. Piltdown Man.
See, I told you that happens, right? And we move on to question 12.
All right. Question 12 is about city. It is expected that by the year 2005, the number of megacities with a population larger than 10 million people will increase to 19. This city, following Tokyo, Sao Paulo, and Mexico City, is to take 4th place. This is because India leads the world in population increase along with China. The former name of the city was Bombay.
Waltons.
Mumbai.
Have you ever been to Mumbai?
Passed through the airport a couple of times.
Glad
That
it came
counts
to
for
you.
something.
But that was when it was Bombay, so.
Oh, well, it was very good.
Yeah.
We move on to question 13 now.
Question 13 is about artist. This person's etching, found in a box of junk destined for the bin at a charity shop in Bedfordshire, could be worth about 800 pounds.
Waltons.
Picasso.
Eyreyo, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
The Dutch master, who died in 1669, cut the design into copper in 1630, although this etching was thought to have been made after his death. Who is he?
5 seconds, Eyreyo.
Rembrandt.
Hey.
1, 2, 3.
Stereo.
Well, it's good to be enthusiastic, but it might help if you kind of waited for me to shout out your team name first. But it's good to see you on the board. And moving on to question 14 now.
All right, question 14 is about computer. After a multi-year development effort, the 2.6 version of this operating system was set for release. It is the first major kernel release since 2001 when version 2.4 was launched. This is a Unix-like operating system developed by Linus Torvalds. What?
Eyreyo.
Linux.
And now we have come to our last question.
Our last question, number 15, is about country. Masood Sanjar enjoys the freedom to joke on air. He is a producer and host of Radio Arman, this country's first ever privately owned independent FM radio station. It's a long way from his previous job as an English newsreader on the Taliban-run Radio Sharia. What is this country?
Eyreyo.
Afghanistan.
And with that, Eyreyo team, you get to go on to the finals. Congratulations. Waltons, you actually did a great job. It was really fun having you on the show. What do you want to say to your supporters?
Thank you to the school, to ECC Masan for letting us have the day off today, and to all the teachers that are covering for us. Yeah, thanks.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us today.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
And Eyreyo, are you excited to be going on to the finals?
Yes. We're trying to win a honeymoon. They're an engaged couple as well, and so are we. So, yeah.
The bet was, though, whoever lost had to split up. So fortunately,
Oh, Tyler, that's not funny.
I know. That's why it was important that we win.
All right, well, I'm glad you got to go on to the finals. Congratulations again, and we'll
Thank
be
you.
right back after this. And let us welcome back the Tobagi team. It's good to have you guys back here. It's Gus Swanda and Tai Kim. Tobagi, which means native, and you guys are native of Busan, you said. And so, well, you guys were mentioning how you wanted to go all the way to Europe. Eyreyo, I think, is going to make it pretty tough on you today, but where in Europe would you go?
I'd like to go to Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein. And why is that?
Because it's the only Grand Duchy.
The only Grand Duchy, which apparently means that it is ruled by a duke rather than a king. Okay. And where did you want to go, Gus?
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Oh, no. Luxembourg.
Luxembourg in Europe. Why?
Nobody, how many people do you know have been to Luxembourg? No one says, you know.
I think we have one on the stage, actually.
How many real people have been to Luxembourg?
All right,
She was
well,
a cardboard
let's get
cutout.
to our game now.
He just answers the question.
Moving on. Good luck to all of you. Let's get to our final section. We give you 5 categories of questions in this final section, 10 to 50 points each. You get first question correct, you get to choose the next question, and as you know, you don't have to choose them in order. And, well, what are today's categories?
All right, today's categories are TT words, bearded faces, nostalgia, international relations, and musicals.
And I get to choose the first question. I will go with TT words for 10 points. The source of the English word etiquette comes from French, and it originated from the idea of sticking on a label. Nowadays, this is used for various meanings. One, to see the movie Speed is good. One for speeding is bad. Tobagi.
Ticket.
Yeah. Tobagi, it's good to see you on the board. You get to choose.
Let's go with bearded faces.
Bearded faces for how
10.
many points? 10 points.
Thomas Nast, a very real and now historical newspaper artist, was the very first person to paint the first definitive portrait of our present-day model of this person in 1870.
Eyreyo.
Uncle Sam.
Tobagi. It is your chance to answer, and he'll finish the question.
He found inspiration for his extremely popular portrait of this person from Clement C. Moore's poem, The Night Before Christmas. According to the poem, the beard on his chin was as white as snow. Who is this person, also known as Father Christmas?
Tobagi.
Gonna have to say Santa Claus.
You're not
In the
mocking our
spirit-
questions, are you?
In the spirit of the season.
I was, Uncle Sam was a close second, though. I gotta say.
Well,
Beard.
you just
Uncle,
had to.
he's Santa Claus on a diet, basically. Uncle Sam is.
Who wants
Maybe.
you for Christmas?
And we move on. Tobagi, you get to choose.
Well, bearded faces for 20.
Bearded faces, 20 points.
It was the fall of 1860. This person received a letter, and I quote, "I've got 4 brothers, and part of them will vote for you. Anyway, and if you..."
Eyreyo.
Abraham Lincoln.
And from that, I see you're familiar with the little story of the little girl who wrote the letter. Her name was Grace Bedell, and she was age 11 when she wrote Abraham Lincoln and asked him to grow a beard. And you've evened the score, 20 points across the board. Eyreyo and Tobagi, you get to choose.
Okay, well, let's see what the big pointers have to say to us. So let's go with nostalgia for 50, please.
Nostalgia, 50 points.
20 houses in a row, 80 people watching.
Originally performed by Dionne Warwick, this song, Paper Mache, is a swipe at the increasing superficiality of consumer culture in the 70s. Lyrics depict a shallow modern world with a shallow remedy for everything. The lovely melody and this stripped-down instrument backdrop adds to the sentiment. This is a large musical instrument, like a xylophone, with resonators made from metal or hollow gourds beneath the bars. What is this? Tobagi.
Glockenspiel?
Eyreyo, 5 seconds. Eyreyo?
Marimba.
Yeah. Eyreyo, you're moving on and increasing your lead. Eyreyo, you get to choose.
We'll try nostalgia for 40, please.
Nostalgia, 40 points. These all basically look the same, but they would be holding different things. Many kids spent hours playing with these tiny figurines. They would... Eyreyo.
Army men. Plastic army men.
Tobagi, it's your chance to answer. I'll finish the question. They would carry them in pockets and trade them with friends. This originated in Belgium in 1958. They had their own comics in 1976. After hitting the US in 1981 as a Saturday morning cartoon, it was made into the movie The Blank and the Magic Flute in 1983. What is the title of this cartoon? Tobagi, 5 seconds. Tobagi?
Smurfs?
Yes, it was the Smurfs. Eyreyo, were the Smurfs after your time, maybe?
No, they were firmly in the middle of my time. Only, I think my brain cells were damaged at that point from eating like highly sugar fortified breakfast cereal. So I mean, my whole memory is shot from the early 80s until about the early 90s. Too much sugar.
So you were never really into the figurine Smurfs?
I even had one, but
Oh, really?
yeah, like I said, the brain cells just.
He's aspiring to be a comedian.
Well,
Or a Smurf.
or a Smurf.
I've already got the height.
Okay.
So we have. I'm sorry. I'm too busy laughing to keep up with my job, but Tobagi, you get to choose.
Let's go with nostalgia for 30.
Nostalgia, 30 points. Every object has a history, and behind that history, an inventor, the person who thought it up first. In 1948, a building inspector named Frederick Morrison invented a plastic version of this called the Pluto platter. Tobagi?
Frisbee.
Yeah. I suppose you like Frisbee playing or games?
No.
Just trivia
He
you
likes
picked up?
Pluto platters.
I just
Remembered
not
it.
really into it.
Never throw one around.
Unless you want to play full contact, you know, we can.
Really, actually, I love playing frisbee because I went to a school, USC, out in LA, and over the weekend, a lot of people would leave the campus, so it would be kind of deserted. So me and a bunch of friends, we would play frisbee golf around the entire campus. 18 holes, throwing a frisbee around. It was so fun. And
Full contact and Frisbee golf. Interesting twists on the
I
game.
just thought a lot of sports should have full contact, like golf.
Golf, full contact golf.
Chess,
Makes it more interesting.
bowling.
Bowling.
Tobagi, you get to choose.
Let's go back to bearded faces for 30.
Bearded faces, 30 points.
there's been a remarkably high proportion of hairy dictators. The reason is that face fur is camouflage and despots are typically masters of disguise. They seize power masquerading as liberators only to become as oppressive as the regimes they supplant. The ultimate proof of the theory is this person. On January 1st, 1959, he ousted
Tobagi.
Fidel Castro.
Yes. With Che Guevara. He ousted Batista. And Tobagi, you're increasing your lead. You get to choose.
Bearded faces 40.
Bearded faces for 40 points.
hair growth is, as the expression goes, the tip of the iceberg. The hair of beard seen from 1 or 2 days' growth is mainly made up of very fast-growing, coarse hair. Hair is composed of this hard substance.
Tobagi.
Keratin.
It makes up hair and nails. And Eyreyo, I encourage you to buzz in quickly to go against the Tobagi team. You get to choose, Tobagi.
I guess we got to go bearded faces for 50.
Closing the category, bearded faces, 50 points.
In 1997, the then Governor George W. Bush honored this band by naming May 15th Blank Day in Texas.
Eyreyo.
The Grateful Dead.
Tobagi, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
But some people just think it's not quite enough to honor a band whose greatest hits include Tube, Snake Boogie, and Pearl Necklace.
Tobagi.
ZZ Top.
And it's interesting to note that Frank Beard is the only guy who doesn't have a beard. And Tobagi, you get to choose.
Musicals for 10.
Musicals, 10 points.
Hi, contenders. We are Haewon
and Hyuk
of Zimiro, the leading theatrical company. There's a flood of Broadway musicals, foreign and domestic musicals these days. We hope you don't miss the chance to enjoy various repertoires of performances.
Of course, we also hope that the performances do not lose their individual uniqueness in the flood of great pieces. We are glad to be able to give you some questions on musicals.
Perhaps you will find 1 or 2 things you like in these questions.
Shall we start?
The storytelling magic of this group's timeless songs propels this enchanting tale of love, laughter, and friendship. And every night, everybody's having the time of their lives. People have fallen in love with the characters, the story, and the music that make Mamma Mia. This infectious...
Tobagi.
ABBA.
Do you have a favorite ABBA song?
No, but I like tall Swedish women.
That works. Tobagi, you get to choose.
Musicals for 20.
Musicals, 20 points.
Andrew Lloyd Webber's The Phantom of the Opera premiered in London in 1986, based on the novel by Gaston Leroux. A disfigured man known as the Phantom loves Christine Daae, who comes to be a singer, to tutor her voice. He falls in love with Christine and wants her for his own, and the Phantom kidnaps Christine and brings her to his lair pass through this, which is the passage between Christine and the Phantom. What is
Tobagi.
Stage.
Mirror.
Final answer?
Mirror.
Yes, it is the mirror.
I was just guessing.
And Eyreyo, buzzing quickly. Tobagi, you have to choose.
Musicals for 30.
Musicals, 30 points.
This person debuted on Broadway in 1954, age of 19. Sadly, an operation on the vocal cords left her singing voice.
Tobagi.
Who is Julie Andrews?
She's very well known for Sound of Music in 1965. And Tobagi, you get to choose.
Musicals for 40.
Musicals, 40 points.
The Korean musical The Last Empress made its advance abroad debut at the Hammersmith Apollo Theatre in London. It was the first time for a Korean musical to be staged at this. The Royal Opera House and the most of the London's major theatres are here. This famous street in London is one of the best places to go if you want to see a musical throughout the northeast of Piccadilly. What is this?
The northeast of Piccadilly, and this is the British equivalent of the American Broadway. So where do we go? Tobagi?
West End.
Yeah. And you get to choose.
50 musicals.
All right, closing the category musicals, 50 points.
The West Side Story is an adaptation of William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet set in New York City, and Cats is an adaptation of T.S. Eliot's Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats. This musical is a gloriously witty adaptation of George Bernard Shaw's Pygmalion about Professor Henry Higgins.
Tobagi.
My Fair Lady.
Yeah. Audrey Hepburn starred in the film version. And Tobagi, you get to choose.
Let's go Nostalgia for 20.
Nostalgia, 20 points. Production of this ended in 1979 with only 16 completed. On November 27th, thousands of well-wishers gathered to see this aircraft land at Filton Airfield. It has returned to the airport where it was built. Carrying 100 British Airways cabin crew members and pilots, Tobagi.
Concorde.
A prototype broke the sound barrier in 1969, and Tobagi, you
Nostalgia for 10.
Nostalgia for 10 points. A strong follow-up to this tremendous 1995 hit film. Many of the ideas that were not used in the first film appear in the sequel film. They are the Buzz Lightyear cartoon and Woody's Nightmare. Tobagi.
Toy Story.
Yes, it is Toy Story. And you get to choose.
International Relations for 10.
International Relations, 10 points.
Marvin Zonis, Dan Lefkowitz, and Sam Wilkins' The Blank Matters allows the reader to learn more about the difficult international interconnections of every action a company or a country does. The authors use this as their chief metaphor, meaning that it is a local and peculiar item in society that is of vital regional and international importance. This is a pickled vegetable regarded...
Tobagi.
Kimchi.
It is the national dish of Korea. And Tobagi, you get to choose.
International Relations 20.
International Relations for 20 points.
In 1992, Thomas Friedman marveled at the robots that put cars together. That evening, he read a story about a squabble between Palestinians and Israelis. His book, The Blank...
Tobagi.
Beirut to Jerusalem.
Eyreyo, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
His book, The Blank and the Olive Tree, was thus born. Half the world was lusting after these Toyota's luxury cars, or at least the brilliant technology that made them possible, and the other half was fighting over who owned which olive tree. What is this which fits into the blank?
Eyreyo, 5 seconds. Eyreyo?
The Lexus.
Yeah, it's Lexus and the Olive Tree, which was the title. Eyreyo, it's good to see you on the board, and you get to choose.
Let's go with international relations for 30, please.
International Relations, 30 points.
Samuel P. Huntington was a foreign policy aide to President Clinton. His book, Blank, Democratization in the Late 20th Century, is laden with aperçu about why and how countries develop democracies. This, defined by him, began in 1974 and included the countries liberated by the end of communism in the late 1980s. This is also the title of the book written by futurist Alvin Toffler. What is the title of this book?
It's Blank. Democratization in the late 20th century. And think of the Toffler books. Tobagi.
Future Shock.
I think it's the next one. Eyreyo, 5 seconds. Think of the other Toffler book. Tobagi.
Globalization?
Eyreyo, 5 seconds. So we're looking for the third wave. The other one.
Yeah.
The third wave, democratization in the late 20th century. And why don't we move on? Why don't we go with TT words, 20 points. This has been used by pastoral people since ancient times and is mentioned in the Old Testament of the Bible and in Homer. In Persia, this was noted for rich hangings and rugs. Eyreyo.
Takrit, I don't know. Takrit.
Tobagi, it's your chance to answer. I'll finish the question. In Persia, this was noted for rich hangings and rugs. Nowadays, nomadic herders in Mongolia follow a traditional way of life, journeying with livestock and living in yurts, which protect them from the country's intense heat and cold. This portable shelter was used chiefly by nomads, hunters, and campers. What is this? Tobagi. Tobagi.
Tent.
Yeah. And Tobagi, you get to choose.
TT words for 30.
TT words, 30 points. Recipes for this exist in Australian cookbooks published in the 1930s under the name Ninich blank, suggesting a European origin for the dessert. Possibly the name was changed to Neenish during World War II. A Neenish blank is a small blank containing mock cream covered with icing of 2 colors. Tobagi.
Tart.
And have you ever had a Neenish tart?
No, but I've had a tart. Not a Neenish tart.
9.
9.
And Tobagi, you get to choose.
TT words for 40.
TT words, 40 points. We can easily find words that have to do with the number 3. Triathlon is an athletic endurance competition involving 3 sports, usually swimming, cycling, and long-distance running. Troika is a carriage of Russian origin drawn by 3 horses harnessed abreast of each other. Now, go to your kitchen. This is a 3-legged dining accessory used to protect the table from hot dishes. What is this? Tobagi.
Tripod?
Eyreyo, 5 seconds. We are looking for words that begin with T, and there are 3 legs on this.
Tripod has 3 legs and begins with T.
Yes, that's true. Yes, but that's for standing up, camera. And what we're looking for is the name that we give this thing that we put on our tables, and we put it under pots when we have a hot pot so that it doesn't mark our furniture. What is that called? This is a 2-syllable word starting with T, and obviously it's 3 legs, so we've given you the first half of the word. What's the second half?
What's the first half?
Tobagi.
3 table?
Eyreyo, 5 seconds. Eyreyo.
Tripod.
Camera.
No, not tripod, tripad. I was trying something a little different. Be
Tripod,
creative.
tripad.
Jeez.
Good attempts, both, but we're going for trivet.
Trivet.
Yes.
So trivial. I try. It's also a TT word though, so tripod doesn't fit there either. To remind you of that.
And well, why don't we go with our next question? International relations, 40 points.
This and its criticism have concentrated more on the culture and on the religion than on geography, leaving the spatial definition vague. This overview of Western attitudes towards the East has become one of the canonical texts of cultural studies. In this idea, the Orient is seen as an object instead of being the subject. This word originated from the title of Edward W. Said's book. What is this?
Tobagi.
Hegemony?
Eyreyo, 5 seconds. Eyreyo,
Occidentalism?
listen carefully to the hint. The Orient is seen as an object instead of being the subject. This is from Said's book, and we're looking for a word. Listen carefully to the hint in this idea. Tobagi?
Orientalism?
Yeah. And Tobagi, you get to choose.
Gosh. International relations for 50?
Closing the category, international relations, 50 points.
This person has done it again. With his book, Hegemony or Survival, America's Quest for Global Dominance, he presents a thorough, meticulously researched indictment of prevailing American foreign policy, which, as he correctly observes, is sure to lead to disaster for not only the US, but ultimately the entire world. He is a linguist and politic activist.
Tobagi.
No coward?
Eyreyo, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
He is considered the founder of transformational generative linguistic analysis. Who is this?
Eyreyo, 5 seconds. Eyreyo.
Noam Chomsky.
Yes. And we're down to our last question now. Let's move on to TT. TT words, 50 points. Joanna Scott's novel, The Mannequin, takes its name from a rambling mansion originally built by a person with this job, nicknamed Henry Ford of Natural History. Mark Twain said, quote, "The only difference between a tax man and this is that this leaves the skin," end quote. Tobagi.
Taxidermist?
And Tobagi, strong ending to a very strong game. Congratulations, you win yet again.
Various prizes are awaiting our winning contenders. Your first win will take you on a trip to Jeju Island. Your second win to Japan. Your third win will take you to China. And on your fourth win, you'll win a trip to Southeast Asia. On your fifth win, a trip to Hawaii. Your sixth win, a trip to the United States. And on your seventh win, you'll take the grand prize of a tour of Europe. We hope many of you join us.
And, well, this was a very fun game. Eyreyo, you were up against a team that had been here before, was more used to the questions, and they were fast with the buzzer.
So can we come back?
Huh? Well, it was great having you on. And it was great having such a lovely couple on our stage. What do you want to say to your supporters and your family and friends?
Do I get to talk?
You may.
Okay. We want to say thank you. We want to tell our brother congratulations because he's having twins. And we had a lot of fun. And thank you to Hansa University for letting me have a day off. And that's it. Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And Tobagi, you guys are closer to Liechtenstein and Luxembourg, so congratulations
Bravo.
yet again. And with that, Tobagi has won their 4th game in a row. Let's see what happens next week. Join us again. Have a great week. Bye-bye.